Hey guys, it's Christina. Welcome or welcome back. So as you can see by the title of today's video, sooner or later you are seeing my July wrap up. I am so happy with how many books I read this month. I wanted to read between 15 and 20 and I did in fact end up reading 18. So that's really good. I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of good reads, but I did have a few that have set me back. Right now I'm like slowly reading books that I know I'm affected because of those books, but we'll get to that later. I'm not gonna do an August TBR because I'm just mood reading this month. I was gonna say I have videos planned, but I don't really have specific videos planned. I have to fix my necklaces. So we're just gonna get into it. So the first two books I read were Emily Henry's most recent releases. I'm gonna grab my computer because I literally cannot see anything. Both are highly rated. Happy Place with the 4 stars, and then we have Funny Story with 4.75. I love Funny Story so much more, which is so interesting because I've seen people choose sides between both, and I don't think I'm choosing sides, but I feel like I cannot relate to Happy Place the way I can relate to Funny Story because like I've never been divorced or almost divorced, you know what I mean? It was a little hard to relate, but I really liked Funny Story, and I think the main characters in that book were also just like more relatable and funnier in a way. Then the next book we are gonna be talking about is one of the books from the 24-hour readathon, which is This Summer Will Be Different, and this is a 5 stars. Listen, I know Carly Fortune is not everybody's favorite, like I know she's been controversial, but this is one of my favorites of hers. I loved every single second of it. I couldn't put it down. Sure, it was like the second book in the readathon, but I could not put it down. It was so good. I had to put it down only because I was getting tired, but I literally took I watched one video on YouTube and I was like right back to it. I loved it so much. I think her writing has definitely gotten better since her first debut release. Then we have Midnight Kisses. This was good, but it was literally like very Wattpad in my opinion, which is, you know, every once in a while it hits, and it hit. It was a 3 stars. It cannot be anything more than that. It could go lower, but it's not gonna go lower, but it's not gonna be more than 3 stars, and I think I'm happy with that rating. It's good. It's just a little, you're like, really? All of that's happening? Then the next book was Middle of the Night by Riley Sager, and guys, I ended up rating this 3.75. I think I'm gonna rate it a little lower, like 3.25. I'm very disappointed by the ending. I have to say, I was very disappointed. I feel like there was a build-up for nothing. I was like spooked and I was like intrigued to know why, what, you know, the whole shebang. And it's been a while since I read a thriller, so I think it's also rated higher because it's been a while and I'm like, it gave me that high that thrillers give you. Then the next is Just for the Summer, also 3.75. Oddly enough, not my favorite Abby Jimenez book. I thought it was cute. I thought it was summery. I thought, oh my god, the man you are. But I have other favorites of hers, but I do need to catch up on her other releases. She's been releasing like that, so yeah, but it was still very good. I still really enjoyed it, and it did make me want to go to Minnesota, so an extra point to that, I guess. Then still in the readathon, I picked up Evidence of the Affair because I heard it was like a little short novella, and novellas usually don't get higher rating because it's like a novella, but it was a 4 stars. Taylor Jenkins Reid, it's been a while since I have read one of her books. I'm only missing Carrie Soto's Back from her whole, I was gonna say discography, but she's not an artist. I just need to read Carrie Soto's Back. She's so poetic in a way, and I missed it. I love this like little short book. After that, the last book in the readathon, I read The Nanny, and it's a 3.25. Short, sweet, funny. That's all you need. Honestly, that's what I was looking for, and that's what I got, and I really liked her writing, so I might pick up another one of her books. I think I have read another one of her books, but I'm not sure. Then I got into reading this like little novels by different authors, and I'm just gonna say the rating overall. I'm gonna say the name of all of them, but the rating of overall of the whole series. So we have Rosie and the Dreamboat, Worst Wingman Ever, The Exception to the Rule, With Any Luck, Royal Valentine, Drop Cover, and Hold On. They were cheesy. They were very cheesy. These were released on Valentine's Day. Like, they served their purpose, and it got me closer to not being backed up in my reading goal. They did their service, but they were just like, I think max like a 2.5 like overall, in my opinion. They weren't bad. Too cheesy. Then after that, I think you guys are gonna see the video. You'll know what it's on once I read these titles, but I read Done and Dusted, and it was a 4 to 5 stars. It was so good. That's one of my favorite tropes in it as well, so I guess that helps. But I really enjoyed it, and I love Lila Sage's writing. It's fast, it's quick, it's fun. I just really loved her style of writing, and I also love our characters in the books. I cannot wait for the 2 next books that are coming out. I forgot the name of the book, but I know one of them is coming out in November, which cannot come soon enough, even though I'm saying this and it'll be like that and it'll be November, right? But you know what I mean. Then I read Swift and Saddled, and that was a 3.75. Not my favorite. I just feel like it went a little too fast. Like this is my only complaint. I'm like, we could have used a little more, like more buffer zones. Like I could have used a little more useless drama. Or I went a little too fast, maybe because I read it fast, but God knows. I read Into the Tide, and let me tell you, I was so into it in the beginning. I was so into it, and then suddenly it got a little bit repetitive with certain themes and portraying this. Like, our main character is graduating from college. She's a woman. She's grown up, but she's never had sex, okay? That's not a problem. But because of that, they treat her like a little kid that needs saving everywhere she goes, and she's tired of it, as she should be. Everybody treats her like a child, and that made me want to hit my head against the wall. And also they had like these 3 different conversations they could have. Did not have any other conversations, which I was like, does anything else happen in this book? Like, but nevertheless, knowing me, I'm gonna need to finish the series. Because it's all interconnected. We finished July on a high note. I read Magnolia Park's Long Way Down. It was a 4.75. And you're like, not a 5 stars? Listen, I'm gonna put my computer down because that's the last book. I loved it. It's hard for me to rate something 5 stars knowing there's one more left on the Magnolia series. I think there was something that did bother me. That's why I didn't rate it like 5 stars, but I loved it so much. I remember I did like Magnolia Park's the first book, but I don't remember really connecting to it. I just liked it. I was like, okay, like I have to finish the series. Like, I have the books, and it's not that they're bad. I like them. I just need to finish the series. So that's what I've been doing. And I picked it up, and I was like, I really love this. So I'm reading a few books now, but the next book might be Magnolia Park's Into the Dark. I think it's the last book so far, and I'm so excited to read that. But I've been reading a lot on my TV. I've been trying to read a lot of my physical TBR. I recently counted how many I had, and it's 64. That's physical TBR, by the way. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts on these books, and if you read them, and if you haven't, maybe you should, depending on what I said. If I didn't like them, you should read them. And I'll see you guys very soon. Bye!